Coming up tonight on Middle Tennessee News, teachers in Murfreesboro are continuing on a path of excellence, and the Tennessee National Guard is on their way down to Florida.
The city of Alexandria is looking into a brighter future with many new updates. All those stories plus your local weather and sports, Middle Tennessee News starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Kara Fullington.
And I'm Carly Sutton. Welcome to Middle Tennessee News. The Murfreesboro Police Department are investigating a possible crime scene at a local apartment complex. Police officers responded to reports of an unconscious female this past Friday in the afternoon at an apartment at the intersection of Kings Highway and West Main Street. Larry Flowers, a public information officer for the Murfreesboro Police Department, said that the incident is being treated as an unattended death, possibly medical in nature, but an autopsy has been requested to determine the cause of death.
The DeKalb County Commission held its monthly meeting with their newly elected officials present. This meeting agenda consisted of financial reports and budget amendments along with the new business. The Commission has authority over naming public and private roads and approval of the committee and official appointments. Everything on the agenda passed unanimously, including approval for the National Joint Powers Alliance, something that DeKalb County has never been a part of. Newly elected Mayor Matt Adcock had a lot to say about the passing of the Joint Powers Alliance and what it means for DeKalb County.
This is kind of like a state bid, but on a federal level, so the federal consortiums and different things like that to get better deals on ambulances and trash trucks and police cars and a lot of other things that the county needs. But it's really great that this passed tonight. It's going to benefit us a lot.
The Murfreesboro Police Department needs your help in identifying an individual. This individual allegedly hid items and left the Walmart on South Rutherford without paying. He went on to threaten a loss prevention employee with a knife before fleeing the store. He was seen fleeing in a black Mazda 3. The vehicle had been previously reported as stolen. It is believed that this is the same individual that is responsible for a different theft and assault at the Walmart on Old Fort Parkway. The Murfreesboro Police Department are asking anyone with information to call or email Detective Daniel Sosa.
The Alexandria Police were awarded a grant and are upgrading their department. The police department applied for a matching grant with public entity partners. Police Chief Chris Russell explained how they were in need of upgrades on equipment throughout their entire department. This grant was for $304 and the city of Alexandria matched it, bringing the total to $608. With this grant, they are updating all of their body cameras that officers use, as well as getting new breathalyzers and new equipment for their building.
We applied for that grant and was awarded. It's a 50-50% grant there, so we'll use that money to begin replacing some of our outdated body cameras.
Murfreesboro City Schools continue to excel. Tennessee recognized 3 Murfreesboro City School teachers as Teacher of the Year finalists. Raven Brooks of Black Fox Elementary won a National Milken Award, and Aaron Nunnally of Overall Creek Elementary was awarded a Presidential Award for Math and Science. Kim Inglis, also of Black Fox Elementary, was named the Middle Tennessee Regional Teacher of the Year. The winners were announced at the Department of Education Excellence in Education's banquet. Murfreesboro City Schools were the only district to win in all 3 categories. Additionally, Murfreesboro students scored 13% above the state's average for math.
Tullahoma City Council had a very fiery meeting over the city administrator. Among the many items that were voted on, the City Council voted to keep Jennifer Moody as city administrator. Jennifer Moody was the center of controversy over her relations with the city's leadership and departments. The matter drew impassioned remarks from not only the aldermen of the council, but also the citizens of Tullahoma. Alderman Daniel Berry, who was in support of the city administrator, said he was happy with the city's support for Jennifer Moody.
I was encouraged to see people speaking up for our city administrator. I think that she is amazing. She's previously was employed with the city of Murfreesboro. I think that she was a great hire.
The Wartrace Board of Mayors meeting was held Monday evening at the Town Hall in downtown Wartrace. Issues on the agenda included new renovations to the local gym, repair to a damaged fire hydrant, and budgetary discussion for the fire department. There were few disagreements throughout the meeting, with the only vote not to pass unanimously was for the grand opening date for the new gymnasium. Mayor Cindy Drake does not want to rush the opening and hopes the facility will be ready to open by mid-October. When asked what Wartrace residents can expect out of the new gym, Alderman Alan Tabbitt had this to say.
Well, it'll give the Wartrace residents a place to hold activities. It's been completely redone inside and out.
And now Sarah Ottman joins us with our first look at the weather.
I hope everyone is having a great week so far with this beautiful fall weather we are experiencing in contrast to last week's hot temperatures. Highs today in the mid-state are in the high 60s with sunny skies and a 0% chance of precipitation all around. Murfreesboro, Shelbyville, and Mount Juliet have our highest temperatures today at 68 degrees, but humidity in McMinnville and Woodbury might cause it to feel just as warm, if not warmer. After the break, I'll have tonight's forecast for our mid-state cities.
Thanks, Sarah. And still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, Dr. Larry Burris brings us this week's media commentary, and Coffee County is hosting an event in October and is in need of volunteers. That's coming up next on Middle Tennessee News.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Middle Tennessee News, and now we have Dr. Larry Burris with this week's media commentary.
Football games are in full swing, and we're starting to see what kind of season most teams will have. With the first few games, we're generally able to tell how a team is going to do for the rest of the year. But along with players, coaches, cheerleaders, and officials, we also see die-hard fans who seem to think the purpose of a sports reporter is to support the local team no matter what. The fan who wants a sports reporter to write nothing but good news about the team. The fan who will brook no criticism of coaches, players, or other supporters. But sports reporting is, in many ways, just like any other kind of news story, and is supposed to be just like any other kind of reporting. Gather the facts, weigh the evidence, write the story. Unfortunately, many fans, particularly those who belong to booster clubs, aren't at all happy with that procedure, particularly when the team is having a losing season. Their reasoning seems to be the team is having a bad time, so we need to support them even more. Perhaps rather than criticizing the media, the fans ought to be asking, why is the team having a bad season? Why can't they seem to win? Some fans also see a problem with sports commentary. In most news outlets, commentary is just that, opinions of the writer. The opinions are just that, opinions. They are neither right nor wrong. They are what someone, a reporter or a fan, thinks about a given set of facts. As in any other area, a sports story is not supposed to give aid and comfort to any side of an issue. The news outlet is under no obligation to support the mayor, the PTO, or the local football team. If the booster club is entitled to have its say, then so should the news organization. After all, it's the sporting thing to do. I'm Larry Burris.
Thank you, Dr. Burris, and make sure to join us next week for his next media commentary.
The chickens are returning to Rutherford County. Rutherford County Schools revamped a program where students take care of chickens as their own pets. The chicken program was around for many years before the pandemic. The chickens live in a coop on the playground. Not only do the students pet the chickens, but eventually the students will clean up after the peep of chickens. The program was brought back in hopes to build cultivating relationships. Over the years, the town of Alexandria has been faced with many challenges. Former Vice Mayor and newly elected City Mayor Lloyd Dyer is faced with concerns from the city and the community. One of the main concerns from the city is the water and sewer. It is an issue that they have been trying to resolve for the last several years. There have been recent changes within the Environmental Protection Agency that will require older pipes to be replaced. Along with this issue, they are looking towards a resolution for the town's water quality.
We've inherited a lot of issues that we want to take care of. Instead of letting it keep going on, then we want to straighten it out and, get it where it should be.
A long-standing fair and donation event is returning to Coffee County. The Coffee County event, One Day of Hope, will be on October 1st at the Coffee County Fairgrounds. The event is volunteer-ran, and it will be providing groceries, work clothes, haircuts, and jobs to those who are in need. They also provide medical and dental care to those who need help and would not be able to get it otherwise. The fair and donation event started in 2011 and has had an event every year since then, helping over 2,500 people each event. Volunteers are still needed. For more information, call the chairman of One Day of Hope, Ray Markram.
The Ward Trace Board of Mayors and Aldermen met to discuss a new gymnasium reconnection fees and a possible resolution to water line issues. Mayor Cindy Drake said that Ward Trace's water system is outdated, with some of it being 100 years old. Because of this system's age, there is currently about a 50% water loss, which raises utility prices for consumers. The city recently qualified for a grant from AAP funds, which they applied for a year ago. This grant was worth $637,000 and is meant to assist Ward Trace water and sewer infrastructure.
Our water system is so old that we're losing that water. So that's a big thing. If we can get that water loss down, we may be able to lower some rates.
Tennessee's National Guard are deploying for Hurricane Ian. Governor Bill Lee has authorized 1,200 of Tennessee's soldiers and airmen for deployment to help with the Hurricane Ian. Tennessee's guards will assist the Florida National Guard with recovery and debris removal. The deployment will consist of 3 units from Jackson's 194th Engineer Brigade and 278th Armed Cavalry Regiment and the 213th Sustainment Command.
The city of Tullahoma will soon be receiving 3 new patrol vehicles for their police department. During their second meeting of the month of September, the Tullahoma City Council met in regular session and approved the purchase of 3 new patrol cars for the Tullahoma Police Department. The purchasing of these 3 patrol cars will come from Ford of Murfreesboro and will total $114,258. The topic on the agenda had been addressed at previous meetings, but was finally approved on Monday night.
Thankfully, our officers need, we need more than 3. We probably need 8 to 10 new vehicles, but.
And now Sarah is back with us tonight with our weather.
Tonight we are continuing to feel some chilly weather as we head into the night, so make sure you keep a jacket handy if you're going to be out after the sun goes down. The mid-state is staying consistent with lows all remaining in the 40 to 43 range, the lowest temperatures being in McMinnville, Smithville, and Woodbury. Humidity is considerably lower than last week, with most cities having lows in the 30s and highs in the 70s, although we aren't seeing those high levels of humidity until after the sun goes down, when the weather is already cool. Stick around because after the break, I'll be back with your full 5-day forecast for Murfreesboro.
Still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, Sarah will be back with our full weather forecast, and Dylan Simmons joins us in the MTN Sports Den with our full sports report for the week.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back, and now Sarah will join us with our full weather report.
Welcome back, everyone, for your full 5-day Murfreesboro forecast. Well, fall weather is finally in the air in this last week of September, just in time for October and the holiday season. Today, our high was 68 with sunny skies and minimal cloud cover, and will reach into the mid-50s later tonight. Humidity will be picking up after the sun goes down, with tonight's percentage reaching around 68%. Our week is expected to be pretty sunny here in Murfreesboro, despite those lowering temperatures at night. Thursday is looking at a high of 72 degrees and a low of 45 degrees. Winds will be pretty calm, with the highest being around 4 p.m. at 12 miles per hour, and cloud cover will be low and precipitation will remain at 0%. Luckily, we'll once again have good weather Friday in time for our MTSU home game. Weather will be very similar to Thursday, with highs of 75 degrees and a low of 45. However, it will be a little more windy, with winds strongest at 8 p.m. at 20 miles per hour. Precipitation will stay at 0% and the sun will be shining all day long. Unfortunately, the weekend is not looking like it will be as nice, with a little bit of stormy weather headed our way due to Hurricane Ian. Saturday will be a high of 67 and a low of 50, with a 60% chance of rain predicted to hit at around 3 p.m. and continue till 9 p.m. Humidity will be high all day, staying mostly in the high 80s, but even reaching into the 90s as the sun sets. Sunday will be a little less rainy, with only a 45% chance of rain predicted to hit from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. The high will be 65 and the low at 57. So enjoy the sunny fall weather as much as you can, and don't forget your umbrella this weekend.
Thanks, Sarah. I know I'm really ready for Friday night football here at MTSU on Friday. When we come back, Dylan Simmons is over at the MTN Sports Den. He'll have your full sports report after the break. Stick around.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Hold tight to the ground because there is a black hole heading to Johnny Red Floyd Stadium. The MTSU Blue Raiders football team will be hosting their second home game of the year on Friday night in what is sure to be a matchup as legendary as Rock and Austin or Frazier and Ali as they face the defending CUSA champions in the UTSA Roadrunners. UTSA comes in with a 2-2 record and near upsets of two previously ranked teams in the Houston Cougars and the Texas Longhorns, marking them as a dangerous opponent. MT hopes to play a competent Wile E. Coyote to these Roadrunners as they come in with several players coming off national recognition, including Zaylen Wood and Chase Cunningham, among others. Speaking of recognition, this night will also feature the number retirement of the mayor of Murfreesboro himself in standout Tennessee Titans safety Kevin Byard. This will only be the second time this has happened in the history of the football program and the first since 1965. The atmosphere is sure to be wild like Bonnaroo as a dark shadow will overtake Red Floyd Stadium for the annual Blackout Night event. You can catch the game at 6:30 on Friday here at MTSU and on the CBS Sports Network. The results are in, and the Bill Blue progress report is showing all A's. The Bill Blue campaign has now surpassed its first goal for funding and now has all the necessary resources to begin construction on the $66 million Student Athlete Performance Center. This 87,000 square foot, 3-story center will be a fortress of work ethic that will allow for athletes to pump iron, get medicine, and get nutrition, while also serving as star command for Blue Raider football. Thanks to the early success, The Blue Raider Athletic Department has now increased its funding goal from $15 to $20 million in total. Additional renderings for the project have also been released, showing the true Great Pyramid-like wonder that these structures will inspire in those who see them. The Performance Center is currently slated to be completed in time for the 2024 college football season. We will give more updates on the development as they become available. The Rowdy Raider rampage has continued as they picked up their first win this past weekend. The Blue Raider Ice Hockey Club traveled to Kennesaw State looking to make up ground after an 0-3-1 start to the year. They would do just that as Lyndon Palmer, Corey Settle, and Anthony Banis turned into Steve Eiserman by each scoring 2 goals in their first matchup on the path to winning the game 7-4. Ethan Roy was not just a boulder, but a rock on Friday, as he had a solid outing, deflecting many shots and had a shutout second period. This would mark the first win of the year for the Rowdy Raiders, although they would not have the same success on the next day, as they fell to KSU 3-2, largely due to injuries and bad timing. MTSU now heads into their first bye week of the season before they come back home on October 7th to host the Vanderbilt Commodores. You can catch all of that coverage right here on MTN Sports as we'll be bringing it to you live. Cannot wait to see that one. Kira, back to you.
Thanks, Dylan. I know I'm ready for another hockey weekend. In wrapping up our show tonight, it is National Good Neighbor Day. This day is a day of kindness that started in 1978 by President Jimmy Carter. He created this day to connect and build strong communities.
To observe this day, you could introduce yourself to someone new in your neighborhood, send a basket of baked goods, or invite your neighbors over for a meal. These simple acts of kindness can go a long way in building a bond for your community. Kira, I'm so glad that you're my neighbor today.
I'm glad to have you right by my side, Carly. Thank you for joining us tonight on Middle Tennessee News. I'm Kira Fullington, joined by Carly Sutton, Dylan Simmons, and Sarah Ottman. If you missed this or any show, you can watch them on our website, middletennesseenews.net.
And make sure to follow us on our social media sites as well, Facebook/Middle Tennessee News or at Middle TN News on Twitter and TikTok. We will see you on Monday, October 3rd for our next show.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.